Detective Laura Evans adjusted the strap of her trench coat as she stepped onto the wet cobblestones of Valemont Street. The mist hung thick in the early morning air, and the dim glow of street lamps reflected in puddles across the road. A call had come in. The alarm system at the old Whitmore estate had been tripped, though neighbors reported no one entering. Laura's partner, Mark Reynolds, walked beside her, scanning the surroundings with a flashlight. "Something's off," he muttered. "It's too quiet, even for Valemont." They approached the wrought iron gates of the estate, the intricate designs partly hidden by fog. Inside, the grand mansion loomed in shadows, its windows dark. As Laura pushed the heavy door open, it creaked loudly, echoing through the empty halls. The interior smelled faintly of dust and aged wood. A shattered vase near the entrance caught Laura's eye. Something, or someone, had been here. She crouched to inspect the shards, noticing a faint smear of blood on the floor. Her heart raced. "We're not alone," she whispered. The detectives split up to cover more ground. Laura entered the study, a room lined with bookshelves reaching the ceiling. A fire flickered weakly in the hearth, casting dancing shadows. Papers were scattered across the desk, as if someone had searched frantically. Mark called from the hallway. "Laura, you need to see this." She hurried over. He held a worn, leather-bound ledger. The pages were filled with financial entries, but one section was marked in red ink, unexplained withdrawals, suspicious transfers. Laura frowned. This isn't just a break-in. Someone wanted information. She flipped through the ledger carefully. Certain names were underlined. This could expose a network, someone inside the town, someone powerful. The tension in the mansion was palpable. Outside, the fog thickened, and the faint sound of footsteps echoed from the second floor. Laura moved silently up the staircase, her flashlight illuminating the ornate railing. A figure stood at the end of the hallway, partially cloaked, watching her. She froze. "Who's there?" she called. No answer. The stranger stepped forward, a young man with sharp features and wary eyes. His hands were empty, but his posture screamed caution. "I didn't mean to scare you," he said softly. "My name is Victor Hale. I know who's behind the ledger." Laura's pulse quickened. "Talk. Now." Victor hesitated, then revealed that certain town officials were embezzling funds and using the Whitmore estate as a front. "They'll stop at nothing," he warned. "You can't trust anyone in Valemont, not even the law." Back in the study, Laura and Mark pieced together the information Victor had provided. The ledger implicated a local councilman, a banker, and even a prominent lawyer. Laura realized the depth of the corruption. Suddenly, a shadow moved in the corner. Laura spun around, flashlight on. The butler, Henry, appeared, calm but tense. "Detectives, there's something you need to see," he said, leading them to a hidden compartment beneath the floorboards. Inside, more documents, letters, photographs, and even keys to safe deposit boxes. The conspirators had left a trail, perhaps thinking no one would follow. Laura's mind raced. "We need to act fast, before they realize we know." Victor insisted on accompanying the detectives, claiming he could guide them through hidden passages of the mansion and provide insight into the corrupt officials. Laura was skeptical but had no other choice. They moved quietly through the mansion's secret corridors, damp stone walls echoing their footsteps. Victor pointed out hidden doors and small rooms where the conspirators had held meetings. Each discovery added pieces to the puzzle, but also increased the danger. Mark whispered, "I don't like this. We can't trust him completely." Laura nodded, but her instinct told her that Victor, though secretive, genuinely wanted to help. Sometimes allies come from the most unexpected places. Night fell, and the trio left the mansion, moving cautiously toward the docks where they believed the final evidence was hidden. Fog rolled over the water, muffling sound and sight. Suddenly, a shadowy figure emerged from the mist, a man in dark clothing blocking their path. Laura's heart pounded. She motioned to Mark, and they flanked him. Victor stepped forward. "It's him," he said, voice tense. The man lunged, but Mark grabbed his arm, twisting it behind his back. Laura's flashlight illuminated the stranger's face. It was the councilman. "You have no idea what you've gotten yourselves into," he hissed, struggling. But Laura's resolve was firm. "Justice will find its way." The detectives returned to the mansion with the restrained councilman. Victor handed over all the hidden documents to Laura. The evidence was irrefutable: embezzlement, threats, and even attempts to silence those who discovered the truth. Laura addressed the gathered town officials, presenting the ledger and supporting documents. Shock and panic spread across their faces. The councilman stammered, but the proof left no room for excuses. Victor sighed in relief. "Thank you for believing me." Laura nodded, the fog outside slowly lifting as dawn approached. Valemont had been shrouded in secrecy for too long. Now, justice had a chance, and the whispers in the fog finally faded. The case was far from over, but Detective Laura Evans had uncovered the truth, and the town would never forget the night the shadows were exposed.